Hi there, I'm Val from 18 Squad Lab. Welcome back on the channel for yet another great scale modeling video. Today I show you how to realize an easy, fast and leak-free epoxy resin form for your diorama. For the sake of this little tutorial, let's build quickly a small vignette with a piece of styrofoam and a Legoland float plane. All you need to have to realize this epoxy form is a glue gun. I use that model, it's a 40-watt glue gun, and of course you need hot glue sticks. That one is using hot glue sticks having 11 mm diameter. Personally, I buy these sticks by kilo, which turns the price much more interesting. To realize your form, your mold, you will need polycarbonate sheets. You can find these items in any do-it-yourself stores. I use 2 mm thickness sheets, which is for me much than sufficient. To cut these polycarbonate sheets at the right dimension, you need a plastic scriber. Personally, I use the Tamiya one. To make things much easier and safer or leak-free, don't cut your polycarbonate sheets at the exact diorama dimensions. I mean, add 1 cm at each side measurement, so basically each polycarbonate sheet will be 1 cm longer than the actual diorama size. Finally, to realize this little work, you will also need some packing tape, and for the experiment here, I show you that whatever the quality of this tape, the result will be exactly the same or quite the same. So no need to invest in expensive packing tape. This tip is really important and it's rarely given in scale modeling tutorials, so be attentive on that. You will see that it's very important. This packing tape will be used to cover the polycarbonate sheets on the inside of the epoxy resin form. The aim is to isolate these plastic sheets from the resin. So in this example, I used 3 letters for 3 different packing tapes. Each side will receive a different tape, and the last side won't be covered at all with any tape. As you can see, I superimposed each packing tape strip to be sure that no polycarbonate will be exposed to the resin. Well, it's time to realize our little form. As I told you, it was necessary to leave 1 cm more on each side. It will make your life much easier, as using this method you will see that your polycarbonate sheets will always be in contact one with the other. The first section is glued, having one of its extremity perfectly aligned with one corner of your diorama. Leave your glue gun plugged a little bit prior to use it, so that the glue is hot enough to be quite liquid and make a perfect junction between the polycarbonate sheet and your diorama. The big advantage of hot glue is that it dries quickly. You can even accelerate the drying period using an air dryer on the cold position. The second big advantage is that it's quite liquid. So basically, it goes in all crevices and makes a perfect junction between all elements. After a given time, it might be that your glue becomes too hot or too liquid. If it's the case, just unplug your gun and continue to work. The additional centimeter that we have taken into consideration during the cut section will give us the opportunity to work with a perfect corner, and so to make a nice junction with the hot glue. Working that way with the air dryer on the cold position allows you to create your epoxy resin form within 10 to 15 minutes. So that's quite quick. All the sides of our epoxy resin form are glued the same way. Here we close the form with the last panel, and you see that using 1 cm more on each side comes really handy to spare time and to get a nice contact, nice corners on all sides of the cube. Okay, our little aquarium is ready. Let's pour some resin inside of it. I will go deeper into details with regard to the resin preparation, how to color this resin, how to create ripples on top of it in my next videos. That will be a much bigger project. It's my TBM Avenger crushed at sea diorama. That's a project that will be split in 2 videos. My TBM Avenger is almost done, and I guess the first video dealing with the construction and the painting of this model will be released end of next week, and the diorama in itself should be published within a big month. As you can see, the resin has been poured and there is no leaks in our epoxy resin forms, just small air bubbles coming back on top. We will address this phenomena more in details in the next videos. It's time to add our little Legoland float plane and to complete the level of epoxy resin to reach the floats. Okay, we are 1 week later. The product has completely dried, so let's remove our form and you will understand now the importance of our packing tape. Here is how it works with our sides covered by packing tape. So as you can see, removing is really easy, whatever type of tape you have used. So no need to invest in expensive packing tape. Now, I saved the best for last. The last polycarbonate sheet was the one not covered by any packing tape, and see now how difficult it is to remove it. Well, I guess you grabbed the point now and you see the importance of using packing tape on top of your polycarbonate sheets prior to pour your resin into the mold. Well, this is it for this little tutorial. I leave my wife unmask this little vignette as she realized the decoration of this base. I really hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and that it will be useful for your future project. Don't miss my coming TBM Avenger Crashed at Sea diorama. It will be full of interesting and useful scale modeling information. Greetings from Portugal. Ciao ciao.